Can you make a PS5 controller work on the Nintendo Wii? There are two ways to do this, actually, and I'm going to give you the brief answer for the first method. If you watched my video the other day about making a PS5 controller work on a GameCube, the same principle applies to a Wii with GameCube ports, which was the first model of the Wii that came out. So if you have a Wii that has GameCube ports, all you need is a Bluetooth adapter, and you should be able to do it just fine. The second method, though, is not quite as simple. But we most certainly don't want to do things the simple way. The question now is, can we do it without using the GameCube ports? So there are Wiis out there that don't have the GameCube ports on them. The answer is, kind of. It's complicated and it's not the best solution. Now, in order for this to work, your Wii is going to have to be modded, soft modded, jailbroken, whatever you want to call it, and it has to have an app on there called Nintendont. For the purpose of this video, I'm assuming you've already done those steps. Once you have the SD card set up that you're using for your jailbroken Wii, you're going to see a whole bunch of folders. We're interested in the folder here called Controllers. Now, you're going to see a whole bunch of preloaded controller setups in here with these .ini files. Now, you're going to look up the Fix94 GitHub for Nintendont and look at the controller configs, and within there are a list of a whole bunch of .ini files for all sorts of different controllers, with the PS5 being one of them. Go ahead and download that file. Now, I'm not sure if you need to do this next step. I saw it on a Reddit thread and I just did it and it worked, so I'm just throwing it in here. I don't know if you need to do it or not. But basically, when you download the file, it'll be controller_ps5.ini. You're going to go ahead and just rename that to 054C_0CE6.ini. And if you do want to make edits to this file, you can open it with Notepad and change the values. These values here correspond to a different button on the PS5 controller, and you can basically switch them around to meet your needs. Now take your SD card, plug it back into the Wii, power it on. You still need a Wiimote to navigate this menu to get to the Homebrew channel, and then you're going to locate the Nintendont app. Now here is the letdown. Unfortunately, this is not a wireless solution. This is only going to work wired. You're going to have to hook your PS5 up to one of the USB ports on the back of the Wii. Now I'm checking out Super Mario Eclipse here on my Wii using the PS5 controller to play it, and it's playing just fine. The buttons are a little screwy, which means I need to go back in the configurations and fix those. I kind of want X to be jumped, not triangle. But that's a pretty easy fix, all things considered. I have to be completely honest, though. I don't think I would recommend this solution as an ideal solution just because it's not wireless. You're going to need a really long cable for this to work. And truthfully, if you have the GameCube ports, there are much simpler wireless solutions available. But hey, we've answered the question. Yes, you can use a PS5 controller on your Wii. One more little addendum. Obviously, this only applies to GameCube games. You're still going to need a Wiimote for those classic Wii games.